Welcome students in our new video, Standard 7th, Subject History, Chapter number 10, The Expansion of the Maratha Power. Students, this is our third video. Let's start with our first point of this video, Nizam's defeat at Palkhed. The Mughal Emperor Farrukhsiyar appointed Nizam ul Mulk, the Subedar of Deccan. In 1713 CE, Nizam tried to establish his separate existence at Hyderabad. The emperor had given the Marathas the rights to recover Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi from the Mughal areas. Nizam was against it. He captured some part of the Pune Paragana. Bajirao decided to checkmate the Nizam. He defeated the Nizam at Palkhed near Aurangabad. The Nizam accepted the Maratha right to collect Chauthai Sardeshmukhi. As the Mughal power had become weak, Bajirao knew that there was more scope to expand the empire towards northern side. Shahu Maharaj supported his policy. So students, let's understand about this paragraph. The battle plan was set by the withdrawal of Bajirao's army from the southern reaches of the Maratha Empire during May 1727. This was followed by Shahu breaking off negotiations with the Nizam ul Mulk about restoration of the Chauth. Means, I have told you in our previous video, Chauth means 1/4. The Nizam pursued Bajirao's army around the vicinity of Pune for about 6 months, where Bajirao executed a series of thrusts and parry moves to finally corner the Nizam at Palkhed. The Battle of Palkhed was fought on February 28, 1728 at the village of Palkhed near the city of Aurangabad, which is in Maharashtra in India, between the Maratha Empire Peshwa and first Bajirao and Nizam ul Mulk Asaf Jah first of Hyderabad, wherein the Marathas defeated the Nizam. Next point is Malwa. Malwa in today's Madhya Pradesh was part of the Mughal Empire. Bajirao sent Malhar Rao Holkar, Ranoji Shinde and Udaji Pawar under the leadership of his brother Chimaji Appa to Malwa. There they strengthened the posts. Okay students, now let's understand about Malwa, means today's Madhya Pradesh. As the Mughal state weakened after 1700, the Marathas held sway over Malwa under dispatchment of first Bajirao under leadership of Chimanji Appa, Nemaji Shinde and Chimanji Damodar were the first Maratha generals to cross the boundary of Maharashtra and to invade in Malwa in 1698. Subsequently, Malhar Rao Holkar became leader of Maratha armies in Malwa 1724 and in 1733 the Maratha Peshwa granted him control of most of the region, which was formerly ceded by the Mughals in 1738. Ranoji, noted Maratha commander, established his headquarters at Ujjain in 1721. This capital was later moved to Gwalior state by Daulat Rao. Another Maratha general, Anandrao Pawar, established himself as the Raja of Dhar in 1742, and the two Pawar brothers became Rajas of Devas state. At the end of the 18th century, Malwa became the venue of fighting between the rival Maratha powers and the headquarters of the Pindaris, who were irregular plunderers. The Pindaris were rooted out in a campaign by the British General Lord Hastings, and further order was established under Sir John Malcolm. Next point, Bundelkhand. Bundelkhand means some part of today's Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, areas around Jhansi, Panna and Sagar. King Chhatrasal had established his own kingdom in Bundelkhand. The Mughal Subedar Muhammad Khan Bangash of Allahabad attacked Bundelkhand and had defeated Chhatrasal. Chhatrasal appealed to Bajirao for help. Bajirao took a large army and went to Bundelkhand. He defeated Bangash. Chhatrasal honored Bajirao. This is how Marathas established their supremacy in Malwa and Bundelkhand. Bajirao demanded from the emperor the office of the Subedar of Malwa. As the emperor declined this demand, Bajirao marched on Delhi in 1737 CE. The Mughals were taken by surprise. So students, let's understand some more interesting things about Raja Chhatrasal. He was able to defeat the Mughals until he was attacked by Muhammad Khan Bangash on December 1728. Chhatrasal was 79 years old when he led his army against Bangash. After a severe battle, Chhatrasal was defeated and was forced to retreat to his fort at Jaitpur. The Mughals besieged him and conquered most of his territories. Chhatrasal made several attempts to ask the Peshwa for the help. However, the Peshwa was very busy and he could not help Chhatrasal until March 1729. In a letter sent to Bajirao, Chhatrasal wrote, "Listener students, very interesting. Know you, Bajirao, that I am in the same plight in which the famous elephant was when caught by the crocodile. My valiant race is on the point of extinction. Come and save my honor." Peshwa Bajirao, I personally led his army towards Bundelkhand and attacked several Mughal outposts. The Mughal supplies were completely cut off by the swift cavalry of the Peshwa. Bangash, who was surprised by the sudden involvement of the Marathas, sent several letters to the Mughal emperor for aid. However, upon being denied any help, he started negotiations with Chhatrasal and Bajirao. Bangash was allowed to retreat on the condition that he never returns or shows aggression towards Bundelkhand. Chhatrasal rewarded the Peshwa with large tracts of lands and diamond mines in Bundelkhand, which helped the Marathas to gain access in central and north India. Okay, students, now next point is the Battle of Bhopal. The emperor felt uneasy on account of Bajirao's Delhi expedition. He invited the Nizam to protect Delhi. Nizam marched against Bajirao with his huge army. Bajirao defeated him at Bhopal. Nizam agreed to secure the Sanad of Malwa Subedari for the Marathas from the Badshah. Next point is the defeat of Portuguese. The territories of Vasai and Thane on the Konkan coast were in the possession of the Portuguese. The Portuguese rulers oppressed their subjects. Bajirao sent his brother Chimaji Appa to subdue the Portuguese. Chimaji conquered Thane and the adjacent areas. In 1739 CE, he laid siege to the Vasai fort. The fort was very strong. The Portuguese had a powerful artillery. In spite of all this, Chimaji continued the siege with perseverance and forced the Portuguese to surrender. The fort of Vasai and large parts of the Portuguese territory passed into the hands of the Marathas. Next and last point of this video, student, death of Bajirao. Nadir Shah, the emperor of Iran, invaded India. Following the orders of Shahu Maharaj, Bajirao set out for the north with a big army to defend the Mughal power. By the time he reached Burhanpur, Nadir Shah had returned to Iran with an enormous booty looted from Delhi. In April 1740, Bajirao breathed his last at Raberkhedi on the banks of the Narmada. Bajirao was a great general. With his valor, he established the Maratha supremacy in the north. He won status for the Maratha power as a formidable power in the whole of India. In this time, the Shinde, Holkar, Pawar, Gaikwad families attained prominence. Okay, students, now let's understand more about death of Bajirao. First, Bajirao caught with a virulent fever when he was encamped in Rabarkhedi and died on 28 April 1740. He was cremated that day on the Narmada river. His body was exhausted due to ceaselessly Ceaseless is what you know, students. Continuously war. He was fight continuously. He was fighting continuously and military campaigns. Balaji Bajirao ordered Ranoji Shinde to build a chhatri as a memorial. The memorial is enclosed by a dharmashala. The compound has two temples dedicated to Nilkantheshwar Mahadeva and Rameshwara. Students, I hope you have understood this lesson. We have completed over here. Thank you.